and girls, welcome to another week of remote learning. This week we're going to learn about a new style of artwork. That style is op art. So op is short for optical illusion. And if you know what an optical illusion is, it's something that tricks your eye. The way that artists make optical illusions is by using repeated lines, repeating a line pattern, repeating a line design. And so I'm going to show you a simple op art project that you can do at home. My recommendation is I would use a scrap piece of paper first because it kind of takes a little bit of time to get the hang of creating op art. I also wanted to show you really fast. So if you do just a quick Google search on op art, a lot of these pieces come up. Typically op art is only done with one color. The whole idea is to trick your eye, to make you think that things are coming out three-dimensional or that things are disappearing. If you look at this piece long enough, it kind of looks like it's going in and out from the center. So these are just a sampling of different op art pieces. Now the most famous op artist is Bridget Riley. This is actually a picture of Bridget, and she made huge optical illusion art pieces. And I kind of think it's funny that her eyes are closed in this piece. It makes me think maybe her work was too dizzy for her. Sometimes when I look at op art, it's a little too dizzy for me too. So I'm going to show you how to make an op art project like this. This is what fourth grade did last year. And it took a little bit of practicing before they got it right. But once you get the hang of it, then you can really do some cool like lines and movement in an op art piece. All you're going to need is a piece of paper, and you can use I would use a pencil first. And then if you have a marker or a Sharpie, then I would use that second. With the pencil, I would practice on a piece of paper, and then I wouldn't trace your lines back over. I would just do a new piece. Now, I'm out of white paper, so I'm using some copy paper that I found at my house. Let's get started. First thing you're going to do is you're going to draw a kind of wavy, curvy X, starting in one corner, making it kind of wavy, and then moving on to the other corner and making it kind of wavy. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dot on each one of these lines. Don't make the dot really big, just kind of make a little dot, 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 dot. We're also going to pretend like there's a dot in the middle. If you feel better about putting a dot in the middle, then go for it. All right, the next thing you're going to do is pick a section to work in. Now, I'm just going to pick this bottom section. You're going to start at the edge of the paper, follow the line, and then go in and touch the dot, follow the line, touch that center area where the lines intersect, follow the line, touch the next dot, follow the line, and end at the outside of the paper. And you're going to keep repeating this step. The most important thing is that you go in and touch the dot. Typically, I have students that will start this, they'll follow the line, and then they won't go all the way in and touch the dot. They'll turn and keep going. No, the most important thing is that you touch the dot. Or I also have students that they will start correctly. They'll start here, they'll follow the line, they'll touch the dot, they'll follow the line, they'll touch the dot, and then they'll start over. You really want to work in the whole section. So that's why you have to turn and hit. You want to hit 3 dots at a time. So I'm going to fill this whole section. Now I just kind of messed up there. That's okay, I'll live. Now I'm not touching the original dot anymore, but I'm touching the last space to where that dot would be. Following the line, touch the dot. It's kind of a project of patience, project of focus. Op art turns out really cool though if you really take your time and do a neat job. Now you're not limited to 3 dots. You could put more dots, but that's up to you. Maybe I would practice with the 3 dots first, and if you wanted to do more dots, you could. Now, my lines are starting to get closer and closer together. I'm here toward the bottom of my paper. Sometimes lines merge, sometimes spaces close. So I'm still starting at the edge of my paper. I'm following the line, I'm touching this dot. Now I'm done here, I can't go here anymore. So I'm just going to do this section, touching the dot, this section touching the dot, and I'm just going to do that space. And I've done my first section. Now I'm going to move on to my next section. So I'm just going to turn the page. This time I'm going to start, I'm going to follow the line, touch the dot, follow the line, touch that center. Then I'm going to turn, I'm going to follow the line, and now this is a shared dot. I touch that dot, and I keep working in this section now. Remember to touch the 3 dots when you're working on this. I'm going to take a little time and I'm going to work on this, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. I did kind of want to show you, before I finish this, what happens when your dots kind of start to come together in the middle. So I'm following the line, I'm touching the dot, following, touch, follow, touch. I'm going to start here again. I'm touching the dot. And now I can't do any more starting from here. So I'm just going to kind of fill in the space like that. So I wanted to show you how that worked. I'm just starting to finish my last section. You can see some of these dots are kind of merging together. I just wanted to remind you, the key to success in creating an optical illusion is repeated lines. Try to make them neat and make sure that you're touching that dot or that last line where the dot would be. If you can do all these things, you'll make a pretty cool optical illusion art piece. And there we have it. It's all done. Now you can do more things with this. You could take it, you could cut it out. You could cut out different shapes from it. You could cut out a letter from it, or you could just leave it plain. I also think it would look really cool if you did it on cardboard. One more thing, typically in an op art piece like this, you would only use one color. If you don't want to use black, that's fine. You could use any color. But that is a simple way to make an op art piece. So I decided to hang my artwork up on the fridge. I think it looks pretty cool. If you come up with a cool art project with op art, feel free to email it to me. Also, if you have any questions about the op art project, you can email them to me or you can leave them in the comments section, okay? Have a great week. Have fun creating that optical illusion, and I'll see you next week. Bye.